My mom died of cancer and it tore me apart. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Brian and this is the Ivy Cancer Podcast. The death of my mom had inspired me to interview people with cancer or who have been affected to help spread awareness. The broader my subscribers are, the more people will be motivated to share their story. So if you come across this platform and you would like to help me achieve this goal, please hit the subscribe button. It will be greatly appreciated. A video will be uploaded every Wednesday. Thank you. Righteous and eternal Father, we come before your presence one more time tonight. We just want to give you thanks for blessings, give you thanks for life, give you thanks for health and strength. Father, forgive us of our sins as we committed and cleanse us from all unrighteousness. As we prepare for the week ahead, we pray that you may go before us and watch over us tonight and bless the audience and the person who will be bringing forth this wonderful knowledge to us tonight. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Yes, brethren, finally we're upon this podcast together. How you doing?
Right. I'm good, I'm good.
Blessings, man. Blessings. Blessings, man.
Yeah.
So I would like you to introduce yourself to the people and give them a little bit of your background, your name and so forth.
Oh, okay. Well, I go by quite a few names. Not because I choose to, because people choose to. Like on TikTok, for example, they call me DR.Kreem.
Like a pause of a technique.
Mr. Vegas.
You did pause a while ago.
You can hear me?
Yeah, man, I hear, but like your reception, you did pause, you did freeze a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So on TikTok they call me DR.Kreem. If you should search or do your research on me, if you Google Dr. Cash, there's two interviews with me and Mr. Vegas. One with a lady that had breast cancer, and the second one is when he played her testimonial after she got cured. You know, yeah. So Dr. Cash, Dr. Kareem, same person. My name is Devon Williams. But on TikTok you see Kareem Will, that's my youngest son name.
Okay.
I'm a herbalist, I learned from Dr. Robert Morris, Dr. CB, Ma, another herbalist, local herbalist in Jamaica. So, that's my history there.
Okay. Where are you from? Originally?
I'm from Westmoreland, Jamaica.
Okay.
Westmoreland, Jamaica.
So, tell me, what makes you choose herbalist?
Well, herbalism, I would say it chose me because what happened is back in the days, I had some serious chest pain. I went to the best heart doctor. I went all over the place. Nobody could fix me. And I got introduced to Dr. CB's wife, which is Ma. I went to one of her lectures. She gave me some herbs, and ever since then, the chest pain went away and, never came back. So it really got me interested. Plus, I was always interested in, helping people, but I was thinking of it from a pharmaceutical perspective. So I was going to school to be a doctor, major medical lab technology, but long story short, I had to drop out. I couldn't finish, but as I see, everything in life happened for a reason, because here I am, curing people of all these illnesses, and my doctor died of cancer, a couple of years ago. So, it's just a wake-up call for me to realize that, I'm on the right path,
Okay. How long ago was this? Like, since you start studying herbalism?
Okay, this was like 12 years ago.
Okay.
12 years ago.
Okay. What are some of the sickness that you tend to specialize in?
Um, Diabetes, cancer, heart issues, liver issues, um, basically everything. Anything that you come to me with, I try to go after the cause of the problem. Example, if someone should come to me with diabetes, for example, most people think it's a sugar problem. In a way they're right, but it's a sugar utilization problem. So I go after the gland that is responsible for the utilization of sugar, which is the adrenal gland. Make sure the adrenal is good and the pancreas is good. Clean the stomach and just address the cleansing part first. And that's the message I want to put forth to people. Cleansing the body is even more important than rebuilding because the body is designed to rebuild itself on minor minerals that it gets from the food that we eat.
Someone asks what kind of heart issues yes you cure.
Any kind of heart palpitation, black valve. They have some people that the valve in their heart is blocked, or heart palpitations, like leakage in a valve, stuff like that. Blood clotting, anything of that sort.
Okay. Unique. If you stay around long enough, you will hear where is he based. Okay. So you mentioned that the cancer. What is cancer in your definition?
Cancer can simply, yeah, cancer can simply be this described or I would say defined as a damaged cell. A damaged cell. Once the cell become damaged, that is what they call cancer. So in the case of cancer, you got to find out what is causing the damage to the cells that's causing them to mutate and stuff like that. So, that's how I view it, at least.
When we had the conversation a few weeks back, and I was explaining to you that my mom had passed from cancer, you was breaking down cancer in 5 stages, I think, if I remember correctly. Could you
Oh yeah.
share that knowledge with the audience?
Okay. Well, they put cancer in 5 categories: melanoma, sarcoma, carcinoma, lymphoma, and leukemia. And I was explaining to you, even though they break it down in 5 categories, all cancers are lymphomas. They are of the lymphatic system. There is a blockage in the lymphatic system. So even though they have them under 5 categories, they can be truly cured one way. That is cleansing the gigantic sewer system slash immune system of the body, defined as the lymphatic system. That's what they call it, the lymphatic system. You know,
So the lymphatic system is the main source of our body, you're saying?
you're right. The lymphatic system is responsible for the acid side of chemistry within our body. So there's two sides of chemistry. It's acids and base. Acids is the only side of chemistry that they will destroy and cause damage to cells. So the blood is the base side. If your blood ever become too acidic, that's it. Right, you will. This conversation is over. So the creator put an acid system in our body that is responsible for removing the acids for our what you call metabolic waste from the cells. As I explained to you, the cells of your bodies, they're like babies, right? They only stay one place. They cannot get up and go use the bathroom. All right. So when the cells eat, which is the blood that feeds them, when they eat, they have to defecate. So the waste from the cells is what we call metabolic waste after they metabolize the food that the blood brings to the cell. After the food is metabolized, that waste get dumped into the lymphatic system. But if the lymphatic system is stagnant and not moving because the kidney function or adrenal function is weak, then it stays around the cell and damage the cell. For example, a baby, when a baby urinate, if it doesn't change its diaper or its pamper, what happened? You notice what happened? The baby become chafe. So that is what you call now the cells are become damaged. Imagine sitting in your own waste for 5 to 10 years. You could see the damage that can just imagine the damage that will cause.
Okay. Someone on the live just mentioned that they were diagnosed recently with lymphomonia, cancer. What would you tell that person?
Okay, lymphoma. Lymphoma is a cancer within the lymphatic system. So that is where you want any kind of cancer to be, in the lymph system. So believe it or not, this person with lymphoma really have a kidney problem, right? Your kidneys are the problem. Like, for example, somebody come to me with lymphoma. I know for a fact, 100%, this person has a kidney problem. So the first thing I do, I ask them, how's your blood pressure? They when they tell me, oh, it's like 125 over 82, then I say, what is your blood pressure on both arms? You got to find out what the blood pressure is on both arms because your body is bilateral. The left kidney and adrenal control the left side. The right kidney and adrenal controls the right side. So when you check your blood pressure, the number on top, which what they call the systolic, the 120, that represents the adrenal gland. The number on the bottom, which is the 80, represent the kidneys. So if they're too high or too low, for example, the systolic say is like 135, then I know this person has an adrenal weakness. If it's too low, say like 110, I still know that this is an adrenal weakness. The same thing with the bottom number, which is the diastolic, represent the kidneys. So this person, believe it or not, this person has a kidney and adrenal problem. You got to straighten and cleanse the kidney and the adrenal and go after the lymphatic system by fasting and consuming like stringent fruits like lemons, limes, red seeded grapes and so on.
She just admitted that she have a kidney issue as well. So she confirmed what you said.
Okay, so that confirmed what I'm saying. Okay.
So guys, you see this man know him thing. You understand? So she been just diagnosed and maybe she need to keep in contact with you to see how much she can get some support from you. Both kidney, she says, is damaged. Okay. On the interview with you on Vegas, you had cured a woman with breast cancer.
Right.
What is breast cancer and how can you help someone with breast cancer?
Right. So breast cancer now, people got to understand when your body is growing tumors, these are symptoms. So tumors, put it this way, you have things that are cancerous. You have cancer and you have things that are cancerous. The tumors are cancerous. They are not cancer itself. So when people remove these tumors from their body, they automatically assume because the doctors cut them out and remove them, their cancer is in regression and stuff like that, as they tell them. No, you have to go after the cause of the problem. Why is your body growing this tumor in the first place? For example, in the breast, you have a lot of lymph nodes underneath the arm. So when women use deodorant and all these deodorant that is high in heavy metals that cause blockages in the lymph system or in the lymph nodes underneath the armpit, that the metabolic waste from the cells cannot get to drain from the breast. What happens? You start growing what they call a tumor inside the breast, right? You do not need to check if it's malignant, mean it's cancerous or it's benign, it's not cancerous. No. Once your body is growing a mass that it shouldn't be growing, consider yourself as having cancer. You got to find out what's causing this. Do not assume because the doctor says it's benign, don't pay no mind. They like to tell you, oh, we're going to watch it and see what happened. No, you don't want to watch it and see what happened. You want to get to the cause of the problem. You do not want to do a biopsy, for example, because people got to understand too, the body's always in a state of trying to save itself. So, for example, when your body creates a tumor, it's a pocket of fluid with metabolic waste, parasites, everything that is bad is contained within that tumor. The body is isolating this chemistry so this chemistry don't spread and cause damage to other cells. Remember what I tell define cancer as is a damaged cell. So we gotta look at what is causing damage to the cell, the acid. So if this body is creating a tumor, a pocket of fluid trying to save itself from this acid going around causing more damage, that's not the problem. No, what is causing your body not to eliminate this acid by way of the skin, which is the third kidney? And don't just believe me, go and jump on Google, ask Google what is the third kidney. You will see Google will tell you it's the skin. So a lot of people with pimples and rashes like psoriasis, eczema, and stuff like that, when your kidney inside your body isn't removing the waste as it's supposed to, the body will elect to use the skin. Now, some people may go to their dermatologist and get things to block it and stop the skin from eliminating this waste because it's embarrassing. But you should not do that. You should say, thank God the body is electing to use the skin. So imagine if the body is not using the skin and the kidney inside isn't working properly. Then this acid is going to stay inside and cause what you call cancer because the channels of elimination isn't accessible by the body right now because the skin is blocked and the kidneys the inside is blocked. So this is what the cause most of the damage. So as I say, in breast cancer, you got to open the pathways, the lymph nodes, remove calcification within the lymph nodes, strengthen, cleanse the kidneys and adrenal, and strengthen them, and go on fasting. That's why fasting is in every religion throughout the earth. You got to fast. Do at least 20 hours worth of intermittent fasting day. Just use a 4-hour window to eat some fruits and vegetable and some mushroom, and go on that fast. And trust me, if anybody here is on TikTok, you could go on my TikTok page. You see some jars that look like it's wine or liquor inside of it. That's not wine or liquor, that's urine. And how you check if your kidneys are filtering is by urinating in a jar. Like first urine in the morning.
Yeah, seeing
You
that.
collect that urine and see if you see like a cloud or sediments inside that urine. Doctors like to tell you you have an infection when they see stuff in your urine, but that's just telling you your body's eliminating waste.
I've seen that during my research that um, when you want to know if your kidney having issues, you can urinate in the jar. I think I've seen that as well. But you addressed something that I wanted to ask you pertaining to the diet, which that was ketogenic diet. Um, you said fasting, but what is ketogenic diet? Is a form of fasting as well?
Um, keto. Keto, no, I do not use the keto diet. I use a diet where, for 20 hours of the day you're fasting. Um, it's not keto. You For some reason you said keto, and my mind is thinking of keto, right? Intermittent,
Okay.
not keto. Intermittent
Intermittent.
fasting.
Okay.
Yes. So I do not use keto diet. Keto diet is dangerous in my opinion. Yeah, so definitely you do not want to do a keto diet. Keto is just a lot of meat and stuff like that, the proteins, and they stay away from carbs. And you got to understand everything when it breaks down in your body becomes sugar because Sugar is the main energy source that your body like to use. It's the purest form of energy, not meat, fat, or stuff like that. So sugar isn't the bad thing. It's complex, what you call sugar, polysaccharides, that's causing the problem, and complex protein, that's causing the problem. So we want to keep it simple, monosaccharides, fruit sugar. We're going to eat a lot of fruits, and get the sugar from the fruits. And that's our body, that's the purest form that our body will burn.
Okay. I remember when my mom got her results. We're going back to the benign because I want to understand what it is really when they say benign. So my mom, why the doctor had said to my mom when I went to go and to pick up her results, because my mom was waiting on her results for some time, and she didn't get the results even after she passed. But
Right.
when I picked the result up from the doctor said to me if my mom never had cancer from that time, because that result that he gave to us, she was at stage 2.
Mm-hmm.
When she passed, she was at stage 4. But that doctor, when I pick up that result 6-7 months time after she done the biopsy, that second biopsy, he asked me a question that lead me to do some research, and that research in alignment with what you said to me pertaining to benign. However, is some conflicting, because I've seen some other research that stated, that benign is to basically do further checks. But that doctor asked me if I'm sure the first result didn't state that she already had cancer.
Mm-hmm.
So when you are saying this to me now, I am thinking maybe that's the reason why he had asked me that question.
Mm-hmm.
So, but why doctors would say to you that, oh, you don't have cancer, if benign is actually the starting of cancer?
Right. The thing is, the doctors, they are limited in the true cause of disease and how to go about fixing them at the cause level. They're excellent at treating symptoms, and I'm glad you bring up this topic in a way where you mentioned that they had mentioned that your mother cancer was benign. So it ties right into what I was saying before. Even though they tell you it's benign, you do not take it simple. You want to aggressively go after it before it becomes what they call malignant, where it's causing true damage and it starts to spread. What happened to a lot of people have masses growing in their body, and they go to do a biopsy, which is they cut a piece of this tumor, or they stick a needle inside of it to collect sample, to look at it under a microscope, right? What they're looking for to a lot of times is parasites within the cell, the tiny microscopic parasite eating out the mitochondria of the cell. So cancer not only ties into the lymphatic system, we got to go after parasites. These parasites, they live within the body, and a lot of times their waste and the eggs that they lay, is what they would look at too and call cancer. So these got to get removed also. So in your mother case, say for example, when it was at stage 2 and you came to me and you explained to me, listen me, Dr. Kareem, my mother has stage 2 cancer, and they say it's benign, it's not, right away I'm gonna have to explain to you, listen me, do not take it simple. So for the people listening today, and you heard what Brian just say about his mother's cancer being benign, and the attention that was brought to it wasn't a sense of urgency. We got to, from today, once you see a mass going, and if you make the mistake and go do a biopsy and they tell you it's benign, no, say thank you, and you walk out right away. That's why I realize, that's how I realize, like, for example, biopsy is a waste of time. Once you feel that mass growing inside your body, you don't need to find out if it's benign or malignant. Say the best case scenario, you go to them and they tell you it's benign. You should say, okay, no, I'm considering this malignant. I'm going after it. What's the best solution? What's the best way of going after this? What's the fastest way of starting to reverse? Because your body heals in reverse. You're not going to take some herbs today and be cured tomorrow. You understand, this lymphatic system is 3.5 times the blood system. So you have 1.5 gallons blood inside of you. You have 3 times that of lymphatic waste that is produced. Even if you do not do any work, even if you're lying in bed, your body is still producing this waste, because the cells are eating and they're metabolizing these nutrients, and these nutrients get excreted as waste. So you got to make sure that this lymph system is flowing and the body is removing this waste. So malignant or benign, treat them just the same. Go after them. So that's why when you bring it up just now and you say the doctors say it was benign, and as I say, it ties right back into what I was saying, that take it serious. I don't care what they tell you.
So they say that tumor, it don't just pop up. It's something that's been growing in you over decades. When it starts showing, it's already been growing inside your body, probably 10 years back. Is that something that you would agree to?
Yes. Cancer don't happen overnight. You didn't just eat a cheeseburger or a large fry and then your body start behaving like that. It's years of the body. First, it can start with parasites. Parasites inside your body, this high protein diet that we're eating, that people, I got to have my protein shake and my protein this and protein that. Protein is too complex for the body. So what happened now is this protein is aggressive on the kidneys, and they cause damage to the kidneys. And when the kidney go down, every sickness and disease is fair game after that. So there's not a sickness, as I say, you can come to me with that I cannot trace back to the kidneys. You could just mention the sickness and I'll show you how the kidney is involved. So definitely cancer isn't just an overnight thing. It takes years for these cells to become damaged.
You said something that just boom in my head when you mentioned about protein, because for the past couple of, probably about a year or so, I've been going to the gym and I'm all about my protein. So how would you direct me on protein for me not to reach into that stage where the protein affects my body?
Okay. What happened is protein, what you need is amino acids, which they tell you is the building block of life, right? Protein break down into amino acids, right? But what they didn't tell you, that everything breaks down into amino acid, which is the building block of life. When you use protein break down into polypeptides and peptides, then into amino acid. You want to keep it simple. You want simple, what you call protein, like fruits, vegetable. These now,
his connection.
what you call monosaccharides.
You chip out
Okay,
just a
you
bit.
hear me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you now.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I'm too far away from the internet. I came here to get some peace and quiet because the TV's on. But the thing is, you want to stay away from proteins, especially complex. Because remember, everything, what they don't tell you is your body needs amino acids, not protein. Because if you Google, protein breaks down into polypeptides and peptides, then into amino acids. So the thing that you really need is amino acids. For example, they tell you that every living thing needs protein. Okay, how does the cow get their protein?
That's a good question.
Right? You eat the meat, right? You eating the meat that they tell you is protein and it's good for you. Yes, I understand that. But you say every living thing needs protein. Where did the cow get its protein from? The cow doesn't eat meat. So why are you telling me that I need? What I need is amino acids. And I want the simple amino acid structure to the point where my body can break it down easy to get the nutrients or to get the energy that the cells need to operate.
Okay. Someone asked earlier, what can you use to treat and maintain a good kidney? I think that was a question.
Okay, so first thing, you want to stay away from meat. As I say, it's what you call complex protein, right? So you want to definitely stay away from meat, number one. If you're already at that stage where the kidney is damaged, to reverse it, you got to stay away from meat. A good herb for the kidney is a herb that they have in Jamaica called seed underleaf, or in the Spanish name they call it chanca pijera. All right, that's an excellent herb for the kidneys. All right, you have juniper berries is good for the kidney. A mushroom called cordyceps is good for the kidney. But remember, you want to cleanse the kidneys. Great herb for cleansing the kidney, hydrangea root. Excellent for cleansing the kidneys. All right, so seed underleaf, chanca pijera, another name for it. In Jamaica, they call it stone crusher also. Excellent for cleansing the kidney. Hydrangea, good for cleansing the kidney. Red clover, excellent for cleansing the kidneys too. So you want to cleanse them first, all right? And then just consuming the minerals, the fruits, the berries, especially the berries, the blackberries, the blueberries. They are excellent with the flavonoids and the nutrition and the minerals that the body uses to help to repair the whole endocrine system, including the kidneys.
Someone asked, what about celery as well?
Celery is not great for cleansing the kidneys or, for regeneration. Celery contains a lot of salts that is good to hydrate the body, mineral salts that will let your cells hold on to water to keep the body hydrated. But for cleansing the kidneys, no.
Okay.
Beetroot is good for the kidneys, but you can't overdo it with beetroot. It's a little bit aggressive on the kidneys also, but it's not a bad thing for the kidney per se.
Okay. So, what are your thoughts about arthritis?
Arthritis. No. Arthritis is joints, acids within the joint, calcification within the joints. What happens when your body becomes too acidic, then the body will leach minerals, especially calcium, from bone, joints, and connective tissue, right, to try to buffer the acids. Then these minerals get hardened within the joints and put the joints in a state where you have lack of functionality. All right, so with arthritis, that just tell you your body is too acidic. Again, which organ is responsible for removing the acids from your body? Anybody that's been listening to me talk, where can we go to fix arthritis? Which organ would be not functioning properly to cause the body to be holding on to acid to the point where
that would be the kidney. It gone again.
Anybody can type it. So, kidneys. I see somebody, Maureen Brown, type it first in the comment section. Yes, exactly. So we go back to the kidney again. So when someone come to me with arthritis problem, guess where I go first? I don't even have to ask you what your blood pressure is. I'm saying, okay, this person has kidney problems. So we're going after the kidney and the adrenal gland. The adrenal gland, so funny it is, if you Google the kidney and the adrenal, you will see that pyramid-shaped gland that sits on top of the kidneys. Oh my God, this is one of the most important glands inside your body. It's responsible for most of your mineral utilization. All right, iron. Especially we as black people, our number one mineral is iron that we need. Right? So definitely, when you go after the kidney, you have to go after the adrenal glands also. So always cleanse kidneys and adrenal. So arthritis again, you go after the kidneys. Make sure that they're filtering. One of the best ways to get the kidney to filter, I'm going to tell you guys this, and you can write it down and take this to the bank. It's a dry fast. All right? A dry fast. But something about a dry fast, when I say a dry fast, you have a hard dry fast and a soft dry fast. The soft dry fast is where you take a shower, still you brush your teeth and take a shower, but you do not eat nothing, not even drink water. Nothing goes in your mouth except your toothbrush and your toothpaste and your water. That's it. You do not eat or drink anything. And you go as long as you can until the point you're going to be checking your urine during this process of dry fasting to see when the kidneys start to filter. For example, everybody, there's not a set time for everybody. Like me, it took me 33.5 hours before mine started filtering on a dry fast. Now, before you do a dry fast, you got to prepare your body to do a dry fast. So for a week, you're just going to eat fruits and vegetables. Just hydrate your body with a lot of fruits and vegetables, and prepare your body. Then after a week, you can go after trying to do a 3-day dry fast. If you make it to 2 days, not bad. You start over again and then you try again.
Okay, I hope you guys are taking notes. So basically, you're saying that the kidney is what basically damage why you having that problem in your joints.
Right, exactly. But the thing is, if you go to your doctor and your doctor check your glomerular filtration rate, your GFR, they'll tell you, oh my goodness, your GFR is good, and all these things that your kidney is good. And then when people come to me and say, yeah, but my doctor checked my kidney and they say it's good, I say, listen to me, if your kidney was good, we would not be having this conversation. You would not have cancer. All right? There's no way your kidney is good and you have cancer. No. Your kidney is not functioning properly. But the thing is, doctors know these things when you have protein in your urine. That's to the point where the kidney stop functioning properly. You have degeneration of tissue. That's when they usually find out that the kidney is in trouble. When it starts to degenerate and stuff like that. Now, based on your blood pressure, I could tell that, listen to me, this person having kidney problem. Let's go on, start to fix this first. This person have diabetes, cancer, kidney issues again. So let's go after it. We do not need a doctor to tell us that our kidney is bad.
What about indigestion? How do we go about curing indigestion?
All right, good question. First of all, this is very important too, and I want everybody to write this down. When you're fixing your body, you're trying to heal your body from a sickness. You hear me?
Yeah, man, hearing you loud and clear.
Okay. Number one, consumption. So before we get to indigestion, we got to find out what are we eating. Are we eating a lot of greasy food, fried chicken and all these things, consuming a lot of oil? We're going to have indigestion problem if we're doing that. All right, so consumption. What should we be eating? A lot of fruits and vegetables. All right, so we want to work on consumption. This is number one. I call these the 5 keys to the kingdom. All right, number one, consumption. Number two, what we consume, we got to digest. So digestion got to get worked on also. But if we're not consuming the right thing, then we're going to have digestive issues. All right? After digestion, we go to absorption. What we consume got to break down properly. That is digestion. And what we digest, we got to absorb. All right? So consumption, digestion, absorption. Absorption happens in a 9-inch section of your stomach called the duodenum. All right? So we got to make sure that our stomach is clear. So absorption, the minerals that you absorb now, you got to utilize. So the endocrine system is responsible for the utilization of most of our minerals, especially the adrenal gland. So utilization, and last but not least, elimination. Elimination that don't just mean digestive waste that you defecate, doing a number 2, but it also means metabolic waste from your lymphatic system by way of the urine. So these 5 things you got to make sure is working properly in your body before you could heal. Make sure you're eating the right thing. Make sure that whatever you're eating contains the minerals that the body uses as raw material to fix itself. All right, so indigestion. The person is eating the wrong thing. That is causing the indigestion. A lot of people have acid reflux problem. All right. Acid reflux problem will lead to a whole host of other problems also. So definitely make sure that you're consuming the right thing. Make sure you stay away from alkaline water. Use spring water. Write this down too, because you have a lot of people coming to me. Oh, I drink my alkaline water. My alkaline water is a pH of 9, and they're telling me all these good things about alkaline water. Alkaline water, what it does is alkalizes your stomach acid. Remember, digestion, breaking down of your food happens in your stomach. You need your gut to be acidic. A good way to bring back the good acid in your gut, especially people with H. pylori, acid reflux, and so on. What happened? When your stomach acid isn't hot enough, and you eat fruits or vegetable or anything, what happened now? These things become fermented in the gut. You ever see somebody that make roots, the Jamaican roots tonic, and you see that pressure, when you open it, you have to take your time because it's under so much pressure. Right. That's fermentation happening. The same thing is happening in the gut because the stomach acid isn't hot enough to destroy these, what you call bacteria. So they stay in there now and produce a lot of gas. So what you have now, you have a section from your stomach to your esophagus, you have a doorway that's called the cardiac sphincter. Remember, when you lie down, what happened? Because the pressure is in your gut, it pushed the cardiac sphincter back open. So the acids from your gut will come up your esophagus, come in your nostrils, and you jump up out of your sleep, can't breathe. Because there's pressure in your gut, the stomach acid isn't hot enough. How do you get your stomach acid back to being super acidic with a pH of, say, 2? A lot of lemons. Write this down. Limes. Celtic salt. One of the main things is a high mineral salt called Celtic salt. You want to start consuming a little by little. Don't go too hard on the Celtic salt right away. It's going to help to bring back that good acid in your stomach to help to break down your food and kill some of the bad bacteria and balance out your stomach microbiome. All right? So remember, a lot of people say, oh my God, I can't have lemons, it's too acidic. Yes, it's acidic in the gut, but guess what? When it breaks down, it becomes alkalizing to the blood. It's acidic to the gut and alkalizing to the blood. So lemons and limes are performing 2 functions, acidifying the gut and alkalizing the blood. So definitely you want to get up on your limes. If you're living in America, get your key limes. They're kind of hard to find, but you could find them. Just search for them in the supermarket, and if you don't see them, ask for them.
You mentioned the Celtic salt. How do we consume the Celtic salt?
what I do, you know, first thing in the morning when I wake up on an empty stomach, I take a pinch of Celtic salt underneath my tongue and just hold it there and use my saliva, swish it around, and then I take some room temperature water with some lemons inside of it and drink it down. And then I go take my shower and brush my teeth and do everything else, you know, and start my day that way. All right? So what I just did was break my fast. Remember, when you're sleeping, you're fasting. That's why the first meal of the day is called break fast. You're breaking your fast. You know, a lot of people say, Dr. Kareem or Dr. Cash, how do I get to do 18 to 20 hours worth of fasting? I say it's easy. You want to do most of your hours of fasting when you're sleeping. So you want to stop eating, say, from 4 p.m.
Yeah, that's
5 p.m.
That's the last time I eat in the evenings. 4.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. So you eat the last meal at 4. So what? From 4 p.m. to 4 a.m., guess what? You just did 12 hours worth of fasting.
Right.
You know? And you count it that way. And when you break your fast, now you break it with some lemon water or some fruit juice. You know, natural fruit juice, not the kind you buy in the supermarket. You know, you juice your own fruits and make your fruit juice. But one of the good things I see that I want the people to write this down. Very, very important, because as I say, I'm still learning. I'm always looking to learn more and more. Go and make a green juice, right? This is the main thing, not even fruit juice, a green juice. What we're going to use, number 1, parsley. Excellent for cleansing the kidneys. So anybody that is listening to me right now and you want to start on this journey of trying to reverse any sickness that's going on in your body, parsley, get it. It's in every supermarket, right? You make a tea, you could juice it or blend it. All right, so in this green juice recipe, I use parsley, number 1. Number 2, cilantro. Excellent for removing heavy metals, especially people with any kind of virals, any kind of Hep B, Hep C, herpes, HIV, all these things. Cilantro, make it your best friend, because what happens, it pulls heavy metals from the body, right? And a lot of these parasites, they hide behind heavy metals, right? Certain herbs, certain things cannot get to them. Once, remember, they are there for a reason. And that's why people can't get rid of them, because they are serving a purpose. These virals are serving a purpose. These parasites are serving a purpose inside the body. So what you want to do, remove the heavy metals. The parasites are there to eat up these heavy metals. But look in our baby food. I'm going to post a video even on my TikTok showing that if you take some cornflakes or any cereal, even in the baby food, there's a lot of heavy metals they put in there on purpose, because these heavy metals are toxic. And when they leach these toxins in your body, guess what? Your body bringing in these parasites, these worms. Remember, you know, for example, how I like to put it to people, anybody that's a nurse here, they will understand, or a doctor. If you have a patient lying on a bed, an old lady or old man, remember, you got to turn them sometimes. Why? Because once they lie in one spot too long, and that spot become deprived of oxygen, what you have start forming is maggots. Get involved. Right. How did these maggots get inside your body? They didn't take an elevator and come to the 5th floor and walk down the hallway, open your door and jump in your bed and start eating your leg. Your body produces these things.
I always wonder, you know, because my aunt, her mom passed a few years ago, and she was on the bed for she started developing bed sores, and I used to wonder how. So you're saying that bed sore comes from your body by gravity?
No, your body being deprived of oxygen in certain areas. Right. So no blood flow is going there, and the body get deprived of oxygen. Because remember now, the hemoglobin use iron to transport oxygen throughout the body. So when it's get deprived of oxygen, the body is like, okay, this tissue is being damaged. Guess what? Send in the parasites, send in the worms, send in the maggots. We're gonna eat up this dead flesh. There's even maggot therapy in some places in Alaska, for example. When you have a tumor growing on the outside, they'll put maggots on there and thing to eat it up. You know? So remember, the body's always in a space where it's trying to save itself. So the body bringing these things for a reason. So what we want to do is prevent the body from bringing in these things. So we want to make sure that, yes, our body is properly oxygenated. A great herb that everybody should have in their household, cayenne pepper.
My mom always use that cayenne pepper.
Right. Try put it on everything that you eat. Even if you have ulcer in your gut, cayenne pepper will help. If you have diabetes to the point where they're trying to cut off your leg, consume a lot of cayenne pepper and you see circulation start to happen again in that leg to the point where they don't have to cut off your toes.
I use a lot of cayenne pepper when I had COVID.
Yes, it's very good. Very good for any kind of bacteria, fungus, you know, yeast, candida, stuff like that. Cayenne pepper, excellent.
Someone mentioned to finish with the green juice, the recipe for the green juice.
Very, very smart. That person, applaud that person because I'm telling you, it just came to me just now and I said, oh, I have to finish with that green juice recipe. So we have the parsley, cilantro. We want some celery. All right. So the celery, we're going to add juice, some celery juice to it because the celery has some essential salts inside of it. All right. So parsley, cilantro, celery. Watercress, right? This is going to relax the nerves. All right. So watercress, and this is by choice now. You can juice some green apples to make it not so, you know, bad when it come onto the palate. You want to make it palatable. So a little green apple juice.
Okay.
Alright, that's the only thing that's gonna give it a little sweetness. So limes. Want to get some lime in there. You know, put a dash of lime on there. Squeeze a little lime in that mixture. You see, and if you're blending it, the way how I do it, I get all these things, I put in the blender, add some mineral water, you know, or you could add some reverse osmosis water or distilled water to it and just blend it up into a smoothie. What I like the juice though, so what I do after I blend it, I strain it. I get a real fine mesh strainer and strain it and get the juice, you know. For people that, you know, need the fiber, yes, you could just have it as a smoothie, you know. So what this gonna do is gonna remove heavy metals from the body, pull heavy metals out the body. It's gonna hydrate the body. It's gonna alkalize the body.
How often should we drink that?
You could drink this 3-4 times a day. You know, it's never too much.
Okay.
Right? So anybody dealing with any kind of virals, this is an excellent juice too to remove the heavy metals. So if you're taking, say, parasitic herbs, you want to remove the heavy metals while you take these parasitic herbs. And that's the only way you're going to remove or reverse these issues, you know.
I want to ask you 4 questions that I have to ask. And you mentioned 2 of them. But before I go to them, I'm going to list them out. Herpes and yeast, and what could we use as a natural antibiotic, and CMOS.
Great question. So let's address the yeast and the herpes.
Yeah.
Right? Herpes is a viral. It's coming from the waste from a parasite. Fasciolaskis vuski. Don't ask me to spell it. But it's a parasite, and this parasite produces this waste. And guess what? The body bring in these virals to eat up the waste from this parasite. So what you want to do is remove this parasite, but this parasite feeds on heavy metals, and the viral hide behind the heavy metals. So that is where that juice that I just mentioned is essential again. You do that with some fasting and stay away from meat for 42 days, I guarantee you, your herpes will be gone. Whereas if you take some parasitic herbs like black walnut, to help to kill these parasites.
So this is the herpes you're addressing, or the yeast?
Yeah, I'm addressing both of them. The yeast too. Guess what? The herbs that I just mentioned is loaded with chlorophyll. You know what chlorophyll is? It's an internal detergent for the body. So woman with yeast infection, you drink this juice, your JJ will be smelling nice, no itching, none of that stuff. All gone. The high chlorophyll content of that juice that I just mentioned. Trust me, you're going to be happy. You're going to say, oh my God, I don't know what to say to thank that guy, because here I am, my UTI, urinary tract infection is gone. This herpes virus is gone. This is gone.
So why they say that herpes can't clear? It's in your body for the rest of your life. But you're saying now that these things can get rid of it.
Right. There's like 18 types of herpes. Do you know even if you have chicken pox, it's a form of herpes?
What?
Itchy elbow disease. Yeah.
What you say? Chicken pox?
Yeah.
What you say?
Research on herpes. What? Yeah, man. Do your research on herpes. Chicken pox is a form of herpes. Itchy elbow disease is a form of herpes. You see them guys in the barbershop with a lot of bumps behind their head back? That is a form of herpes. A lot of people die. Yo, I'm telling you, brother.
Me think that a ear bump.
Yeah, they call them ear bump, but trust me, it's coming from a parasite with heavy metals within the body. And that's why I tell you that they load our food with heavy metals, even the meats loaded with heavy metals. That's why that juice that I just mentioned, I'm sorry for anybody that take that recipe that I just gave them for granted. I'm telling you, you won't feel it. Utilize that juice, people. Don't leave no cilantro and no parsley inside the supermarket. You juice it, you put it on your food, you eat it up. You know what I'm saying? It's because it's going to remove them heavy metals from your body. So what happens is, because these heavy metals stays in the body, this is why these diseases cannot be cured according to them. These heavy metals stays in your body. And what I say about the parasite, they feed on heavy metals. So your body will bring them in because the body is trying to remove these heavy metals. So you bring in these parasites, guess and tell me what, they feed in on the heavy metals, they defecate inside the body, then the body bring in the virals now to deal with the defecation, the waste from these parasites. So you have one big circle, and how it's all start by the body not being able to remove these heavy metals by way of the lymphatic system, by way of the urine, and by way of the skin. You know people that drink this juice over a period of time, even women, even after they start creaming their hair and doing things, they start smelling the cream that they use in their hair coming out in their urine. That's how powerful that detox juice is. When you start removing heavy metals from the body, you're removing parasites, you're removing a whole host of problems. All start with yeast. Remember, even CB said, yeast is the foundation for every sickness and disease. Yeast.
Okay.
So chlorophyll. Get up on that chlorophyll.
Someone is crying out to repeat the ingredients one more time.
Celery, parsley, watercress, right? Cilantro, green apple, and lemon, distilled water or spring water. Do not use tap water.
Okay. All right. So move on to the antibiotic now. What could we use as a natural antibiotic?
Well, garlic is a natural antibiotic. Thyme is a natural antibiotic. You know,
What kind
you
of
wanna
time?
the regular thyme.
What I say?
Yeah,
I mean, have it in my fridge store up like.
yeah, man. Thyme is a natural antibiotic. Wanna give let me see another even the purple onion
Yeah.
helps in that department also.
I get this thing from off this lady. They call her the medicine woman, I think. Whereas and it helps. So guys, you can try this as well. Put the red onion, cut it up in a jar and submerge it underneath some honey and let it sit there for a few days, a day, a few hours I should say, and then strain off the honey and you drink it in the morning if you have cold or you have stuffy, if you have sore throats and stuff like that. Just drink a spoon or 3 spoons for the day and it, boom, just
Yeah.
get rid of.
Manuka honey. Honey is a natural antibiotic either, but also remember a lot of these honeys that we see in the store, especially here in America, they are fake. They are actually sugar. You notice when they stay on the supermarket shelf, you see them turn into sugar. That's not real honey.
That's the next thing as well. That's why I try to buy the organic honey. Because I notice when the time get cold over here, you buy the honey, you put it on your shelf, it just turns sugar.
Yes, it's not real. It's not natural.
Okay.
Yeah, they pasteurize it. See somebody, saying pasteurization is what they do to a lot of the food that we eat to kill the good natural enzymes inside of it that the body uses. So, pasteurization. We want to stay away from stuff that is pasteurized.
Okay.
You know.
So, alright. So, my last question is sea mask.
Sea moss.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that
Sea
they
moss.
said sea must have what 92 minerals or something like that.
Right. Sea moss is loaded with minerals, but also understand, please, guys, write this down. If you have what they call cancer, stay away from sea moss. You hear? Especially the brown sea moss is loaded with nutrients. But remember, these parasites inside your body also love this nutrition, these nutrients, this sea moss. That's why I say focus on cleansing, remove parasite, yeast, fungus, candida first. Alright?
So
These parasites, they'll feed on the arginine inside the sea moss. The arginine make things grow, so you become strong and healthy and stuff. But understand something, it also feeds them parasitic inside your body, so you start to grow tumors all over the place. So stay away from sea moss. If you do want to consume sea moss, use the purple sea moss. For some reason, it has less arginine inside of it.
yeah, that's what I heard.
Alright?
That's what I heard. I have some sea moss now soak into probably go blend after. How do we do it to do it as a gel? Is it good to use as a gel?
Yes, it's good to use as a gel, but what you do, you soak your sea moss. Soak it. After it's soaked and it gets soft and mushy, add some heat to it. For some reason, the heat causes it to release the minerals. So you just add a little heat to it and it becomes like watery. And then now you blend it, put it in your blender, you blend it and then pour it in a jar. Do not put no fruits into it until you're ready to make a smoothie with it. I see a lot of people buying sea moss gel with fruits and stuff. What I say about fruits when it stays for a long period of time, it starts to ferment because of the sugar inside of it. And remember, that's especially grapes. That's how they make alcohol. They ferment these grapes. So definitely we do not want to buy sea moss gel with no strawberries and no blueberries and all these things. No.
You know, I'm glad I asked you. I'm glad I asked you because I buy some blueberry for putting it because as you said, you see some people have met the sea moss gel and sell them. I have a guy at work, he do the same as well. So I have some blueberry to blend up with my sea moss to put it into a jar. So I'm glad I asked you the question because that's what I was going to do.
Right. So you see, there, don't just save your blueberry when you're ready to make the smoothie. You put your blueberry in the blender, you add your sea moss gel, and then you do your blending. That's the way you do it.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Kareem, I have learned a lot. There's so much I would love to cover, but I may have to invite you again.
Yes, we'll do it again the next time, my brother.
Yes, definitely. I appreciate you passing through. I'm sure the guys on the live as well appreciate it. And we will arrange up a next meeting again.
Right.
Well, I thank you and you have a blessed week, Kareem, and stay safe, brother.
Yes,